Our top story tonight at 6. Summer 2025 has been one of the hottest on record. Today, Middle Georgians gathered outside the Tubman Museum in Macon, calling on the federal government to do more to slow the rate of climate change. 41 NBC's Taylor Gilchrist reports.
I'm not just looking out for myself. I have to, take care of the life growing inside me.
At 24 weeks pregnant, Tia Lockhart says she looks to get as much exercise as possible. A resident of Macon's Pleasant Hill neighborhood, Lockhart says she walked at neighboring Jefferson Long Park early on in her pregnancy, but says summer heat waves mixed with the lack of shade from trees in Pleasant Hill has forced her to travel to get steps in.
When we talk about accessibility and we also talk about equity, I shouldn't have to, try to make arrangements to go somewhere when I literally have a park right across the street.
Lockhart was one of several Middle Georgians who spoke out Thursday about the Trump administration's approach to climate change. Environmental Protection Agency Administrator Lee Zeldin argues that the EPA doesn't have the legal authority to regulate greenhouse gases. The EPA has also announced plans for further deregulation, and the agency, along with Republicans in Congress, are proposing massive cuts to EPA funding. Earlier this week, Zeldin spoke about rescinding the EPA's 2009 endangerment finding, which led to greenhouse gas regulations. Zeldin stated, "We want to hear from the American public to finalize a regulation that not only proposes to rescind the endangerment finding, but all greenhouse gas emissions that followed on light, medium, and heavy-duty vehicles." But Middle Georgia nurse practitioner Dr. Anita Barkin argues that previous clean energy initiatives were less expensive for Americans and that climate change is disproportionately impacting low-income areas across Middle Georgia.
If all of those policies and the science behind them go away, we will have, as a country, no one to advocate for our health when it comes to environmental issues.
Dr. Barkin says hydration is vitally important this time of year and says local agencies should work to open cooling centers for older residents and those without homes. Lockhart, pointing to a lack of transportation for some of her neighbors and food deserts, agrees it'll take a team effort.
We definitely want to make sure that we're taking care of each other as much as possible, not only ourselves.
The speakers called on Middle Georgians to contact their elected officials and ask that deregulation be stopped and for the EPA to be fully funded. Reporting in Macon, Taylor Gilchrist, 41 NBC News.
Keep Macon beautiful. Executive Director Aisha Ellen says funding cuts to trees across Georgia has limited the ability to plant trees, which helps to mitigate climate change.